everybody. I just got through watching this movie and I am disappointed and I need someone to rant to pretty much. I just got through and I just turned it off and I was pissed off because I'm so sick of people I feel like I guess people are running out of good ideas for movies. Like, they keep telling the same kind of story over and over. And I'm like, enough already. Everything is so predictable. I feel like I've seen every good movie already. Like, I just got through watching this. It's supposed to be a scary movie, but whatever. I'm a horror movie, like, junkie. So, if it doesn't scare me, then it's not scary. I mean, I just got through watching this movie called, it's not new or anything. I think it came out in like 2009 or 2010. And it's called Case 39. And I guess if you haven't seen, a lot of horror movies and you are easily scared, or if you're like a kid and you haven't seen a lot of scary movies, I guess it would scare you, and I guess it would be a surprise to you. But God, another movie about a demon child, basically, which I've seen them all the good ones anyway. I'm like, how many more? And I think it came out the same year as The Orphan, which I love that movie. And I'm like, okay, if you're gonna go there, at least The Orphan was like, what's the word I'm looking for? Okay, The Orphan, at least it was creative. At least it wasn't like, I didn't expect that twist at the end, put it like that. But Case 39 is just like, enough already with the evil kid movies. Like, there's like 50 of them. Like The Orphan, The Omen 1, 2, 3, and 4. Like, I didn't even know there were that many orphan movies out. I mean, not orphan, but Omen movies. And then you have freaking Children of the Corn, The Bad Seed. How many? Like, enough already. And then it was just so predictable. Like, I predicted everything that was gonna happen. Like, the first 10 minutes of the movie, I was like, here we go. Another demon child movie. And, like, I won't say the acting. Like, it stars, like, Renee Zellweger. Like, I don't know actors the same way I know, like, music people. But, I mean, I won't say the acting was bad. I think the writing sucked. Like, I feel like it was amateur. I felt like it was so predictable. And I felt like it was something that somebody just wrote in a hurry. But like that. Like, whoever wrote it was like amateur, or I don't know. And so I'm like, you get good actors, but you give them, crappy scripts. And, it makes the actor look like they suck. And in reality, the writing sucks. The writing is so like, it's kind of cheesy to me, and some of the stuff is just stuff that people just wouldn't say, or the way they would react to something is not how like a real person would react. And I just didn't really, I mean, it has its moments where it's getting pretty good, but if you want to compare it to really scary movies and movies that are not predictable, it's crap compared to, like, everything else that's been done already. It's been done. That's my whole point. How many movies are gonna like put out that's been done already? It's just like, okay, it was a good movie, but like just like The Possession. How many Possession movies are there? So many. and none of them are as good as The Exorcist, which is the only movie that scares me. That's the only movie that gives me nightmares. Any other scary movie, I'm not that sensitive, but that's like the only movie that probably scares the crap out of me, because okay, well, one thing, I believe in exorcisms and stuff, and so the fact that I know that something like that could happen to someone makes it even more scarier. But this movie was just so predictable. It was kind of cheesy, it was kind of amateur, and then the ending, it was too fast. Like, it ended too fast, and it just wasn't good enough to be something that I would pay to go see. Like, it's something to watch, like, I'll give you that, it's something to watch, but if you're a horror movie like expert like me, then it's been done before, but like that. So yeah, I just had to tell people, well, tell somebody other than myself. I was mad. I'm glad I didn't pay to see it. I guess I would be really mad if I paid to see it. I guess, like, yeah, first time you watch it, it looks like it's gonna be, like, unique, but then it just starts to feel like, here we go again with, evil kid movies. So I was upset. If you like movies like that, and if you haven't seen it, you should check it out. And I don't know, it depends. It just depends on your taste, I guess. But for me, I'm like, it's been done already. I didn't like it that. I mean, it had moments that I liked it, but altogether, it's been done already. I've heard it before. The writing was crappy, and I don't know, whatever. Yeah. Scary. It has its scary moments, but what I call it, horror. It's like it's as scary as The Orphan. That's how much scary it is, at least to me anyway. It has its moments when it's creepy, but The Orphan does too. But The Orphan's not like, it has its moments, but it's not scary like that. Or at least not to me. Maybe it's just because I've seen so many horror movies. And yeah, I feel like people are running out of good ideas for horror, and I just keep remaking stuff that's been done. And then I heard that they're remaking Child's Play, and I really hope they don't, because I've seen their remakes. You can never remake a classic like that piece of crap version of Nightmare on Elm Street. Garbage. I can't even finish it. That's how much I hated it. I hated it, hated it, hated it. God, I hated it. There's nothing like the original, like, at all. And I'm like, the original Nightmare on Elm Street, it was like low budget, but for whatever reason, it managed to be really, really, really scary. A low budget ass freaking 80s, I think it's 80s movie. Wasn't even born yet, but low freaking budget movie, scarier than this like high tech age where you can do everything with the computer. And it just sucked. And I'm like, I don't think they should remake. You think that since we got like so much more advanced stuff, that they can do a lot more cool stuff with a movie, but that really doesn't make for a good horror movie all the time. I feel like Child's Play, they should just please just leave it alone. I just have a feeling it's not gonna be that good. And it was supposed to come out last year, and they pushed it to this year. Probably by this Halloween. If it's not out by this Halloween, I don't think they're gonna make it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just scared that it's gonna suck ass. Just like that, the last Child's Play, the last Chucky movie was the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. And that's saying a lot because I've seen a lot of cheesy movies, but nothing this bad as The Seed of Chucky. Garbage. Like, who did this person have to sleep with to put this crap out? That's why I feel like, oh my god, is it really that easy to be a writer in Hollywood? Because I've heard it is. And this is, if you don't, like, that movie is the proof. It really is extremely easy to be a writer in Hollywood. You don't have to have no kind of talent. Like, know the right people, blow the right people. Not even exaggerating, but yeah. And like, damn, let me write a movie real quick. I could write crap too, but forget crap, I can write a really good movie. And obviously they're not looking for anything with any substance, so I can do that. And it was just horrible, and it made, Chucky was supposed to be one of the top 5, top 10 scariest, like, movies, like a legend, up there with Freddy Krueger, Jason, and all them people. And that movie just made him look like a freaking joke. And it was just crap. Like The Bride of Chucky, which I actually liked it because it was funny, but even they should have just left it alone after the 4th one. Or even if they wanted to keep him scary, which I think they should have, they should just leave it alone after the 3rd one, because at least he would still be scary. So I'm just scared they're gonna ruin it when they remake it for like the new generation who hasn't seen the first one. And for like an 80s movie, that motherfucker was scary. God, the evil faces they would make, like, dude, they used to stay in my dreams for a long time. And I would still watch it. Like, I was just a horror movie junkie for my whole life. Even though it scared me, I still watched it. I don't know. But yeah, I think it's like kids were drawn to it because he was a toy. And, the star of the movie was a little boy. A really cute little boy. So cute. And yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think they should remake it. So anyway, that was my little rant about how movies are going down the freaking toilet. And like, let me go be a writer. I can write something really good. Like what they should have did with Chucky instead of that piece of crap Seed of Chucky, or even instead of Bride of Chucky, is the whole point of Chucky was he was trying to get out of his body and be a human. So they should have let him finally, get a kid, finally do a little ritual over him, and then, possess him. And then, then the little kid would be a little half serial killer Chucky and then half a little kid. And then he would just, kind of be fighting between, his true self and Chucky. And then, at the end of the movie, if they want to keep Chucky a doll, they can always just make it so that he just happens to be in a toy store. And he just happens to be, maybe he finally gets caught killing somebody and the police are after him. And just like at the beginning of the first one, where the cop shoots him and he dies, and then he just happens to be next to a good guy doll. And so it should, like, that would have been cool where, at the end of the movie, he's getting chased by the cops as this little 6-year-old kid. And, um, he ends up in a toy store and he's bleeding to death or something like that. And then he just happens to be next to a Chucky doll. What do you call it? Good guy doll. And, he just transfers his soul into the body of the doll and then leaves the kid to get caught by the cops. God, that's so horrible. But Chucky is a horrible person, so what do you expect? So, I mean, alright, doesn't that sound better than that piece of crap Seed of Chucky, which was the most... I can't even explain how horrible it was. And that even sounds better than Bride of Chucky, which was more of a comedy, but it still had a little bit of horror to it, but it was more of a comedy. But I like Bride of Chucky, but I just wish that they would have kept it scary. And anyway, that's my whole point, Like, obviously they're running out of ideas. And I'm like, let me go be a writer. I can turn in, either a piece of crap script if that's what they're looking for, or a really good script like my idea for a new Chucky movie, which makes more sense than what they did with them in the first place. Anyways, I think I ranted enough. Thank you for listening. And, yeah, later.